they showed it multiple times. On Kyler's first read was wrong, and he's throwing in the traffic when Harrison was breaking out of a slant route wide open underneath. What's the point if you're not going to target him that much when you have Marvin Harrison Jr., decent receivers, Trey McBride, and your game comes down to needing Kyler Murray to have another long rushing touchdown?
Is Kyler that guy?
Not when you play like that with the weapons around you.
I mean, you got a big enough sample size on Kyler Murray now. Is he that guy?
Like, Kyler's someone that is, it's what you use. Like, it's underwhelming. Like, you're always going to be left wanting more. Like, the talent's there. Pull the trigger. I don't understand some of the first reads in that offense.
Yeah. Is that on a coaching staff or is that on Kyler?
It's both.
I think so, too.
It is both. Like, why did you invest in Marvin Harrison Jr. where you did?
To target him 6 times.
And to not have him as a focal point. And we saw early in the season when he had big games, going over 100 yards, we know he's an explosive player. And that's exactly what you need, what you're missing, and he's not a focal point of the offensive game plan.
You got to buy stock in one of these teams for the rest of the year, Cardinals or Chargers. Who are you buying stock in? Because I'm not sure I know. I wanted to say Arizona.
To?
Yeah, one of these two teams. Which one's going to have a better rest of the run? Do you just go with the Chargers because they got Herbert and Harbaugh? I mean, they got you think a better quarterback and you think a better coach. I mean, I think at some point they get some receivers back, right?
Well, they don't.
I mean, Quentin Johnston's their guy. Is the only one.
But he's not.
Yeah, I know.
I guess viewing the schedules. Let me pull up Arizona one more time just to double check.
Yeah, Arizona. I mean, next week they got to go to Miami, and it's on a short week.
Lean Chargers
because they go Miami, Bears, Jets, Seahawks, Vikings, Seahawks. Yeah, I mean that's a hell of a little run now that they go on.
And nothing. It's the NFL. Nothing's easy.
Right, I get it. Chargers next up. And look, man, if you play on Monday night, you should play at home the next week. You just should. On a short week. The NFL should put you at home next week instead of having to go across the country to Miami. But anyway, they got Saints, Browns, Titans next. I mean, I don't know that it gets easy. Again, to your point, not easy in the NFL, but give me something a little more enticing than a Saints team. They can't move the ball with Spencer Rattler, a 1-6 Browns team, and a Titans team that doesn't know who the hell their quarterback is.
Yep.
Yeah, I'll take that the next 3 weeks for the Chargers. I just look at both these teams and I'm like, damn, they should both be better. And I'm not sure why. Now, the Chargers' losses, Steelers, Chiefs, and the Cardinals one's tough. And they beat the Raiders, Panthers, and Broncos.
Man, I'm sitting there.
They're not a fun team to watch, dude.
I understand this league, you need to invest in the offensive line. But it's also a Chargers team that
that's the Giants
has 3 first-round picks on the offensive line, only mustered up 59 yards rushing.
Yeah.
That's I wrote this down. It's 3 games in a row with at least 3 sacks for Justin Herbert. And they're the 5th overall pick. They took what they believe is their franchise tackle in Joe Alt, but this team is sitting there, man. Could you think what it would be like Justin Herbert was thrown to Malik Neighbors, who was a 6th overall draft pick?
And who'd they take at 5?
They took tackle, which is not a bad pick.
No, they needed that.
But did take tackles in the first round, or offensive linemen in the first round, previous couple seasons. And you're seeing, when you talk about building a foundation, they have a foundation. You have the quarterback. You had enough on the offensive line. That's when you add to the edges. And it feels like that's what's going to hold them back. And they're going to have to wait until next offseason to figure out where the explosive plays can come from.
Do you feel like they took a huge step back, though? Like, huge step back?
No.
You don't? Okay.
Because they needed, because last year was just the devastating injuries.
Okay.
So Herbert not playing at the end of the season, questions with the coaching staff, all that.
All right. So. You want me to give you this Devin Dampier stat now? I guess I teased it in the last, going to the last break. I'm switching over a little football here. Devin Dampier has done something that nobody in the history of the Mountain West Conference has done at quarterback. And, JJ, you said something yesterday that he should be in the conversation for Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year. You're not wrong as far as the conversation. Ashton Jeanty will win it. Or well, yeah, because they don't have like an MVP, right? And then you can give somebody else Offensive Player of the Year. Ashton Genty's going to win it because he's getting all the pub and he's on a ranked team, and by the way, he kind of deserves it, right? But Devin Dampier's right there. Devin Dampier, Lobo quarterback, first quarterback in the history of the Mountain West to have at least 1,500 passing yards and 10 rushing touchdowns in the team's first 7 games of a season. League's been around, 25 years? No other quarterback is there. I want to go through the litany of quarterbacks in this league. I mean, I don't know. Josh Allen's pretty good, right? I mean, how many NFL quarterbacks are around? Derek Carr's pretty good, a different kind of guy. There have been a lot of really good quarterbacks in this league. Kellen Moore was really good. Nobody in the history of this league has done that. The only other FBS quarterback to hit those marks this season is one, Jalen Milroe of Alabama, who I keep hearing up for the Heisman, right? If Devin Dampier had these numbers and played for, I don't know, Boise State, let alone Alabama, would he be up for the Heisman?
Yes.
I mean, with these numbers, right?
Yes. So, in the discussion for, say, Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year, is it a body of work, or are you supposed to just look at conference games?
I'm not even sure I know the answer to that. I know in basketball they tell you it's just conference games, right? Is what you're supposed to vote for. It's just what they do in conference. This year there's only 7 conference games.
Yeah.
It's really hard in a 12-game schedule for each team. Some have 13. To just say narrow it down to the 7. Because they play Washington State and Oregon State with that scheduling agreement. Which feels so weird, dude. And I don't know what the tiebreakers are because nobody's, you got all these teams who haven't played each other. What are you looking at? Tell me numbers that you're looking at that you should say. I mean, you can start the Dampier for Heisman campaign now if you want.
I don't think I'm going for Heisman.
Okay.
But in conference games, 3 conference games, he has over 1,000 yards of total offense.
In 3 games.
In 3 games.
Well, in 3 conference games, you're not counting Fresno State? Oh, I guess that would be it. Okay. Yeah, you're right. 3 conference games, yes. 1,000 yards. 1,000 yards rushing or 1,000 yards total?
Total offense.
I mean,
78 pass, 222 rush.
All right.
By the way, Genty in 2 conference games is 403 rush.
403?
Yeah.
And how many does Devin have?
222 and 3. He has 403 and 2.
Look, the numbers. There's no way you're going to pry these people away. And if you start having this conversation, your buddies up north, like your BJ Raines guy, is going to lose his mind.
Yeah.
Right. Well, yeah, but look at the.
Luckily, no one listens to me. Or
look at the win-loss
social
record.
Media would be a disaster. Right
Let me just tell you something, dude. If he continues to put up these numbers, I think you're right. I think there's a real conversation. By the way, he's first team all conference quarterback, right? Is there a better quarterback in this league? I mean, you got give me a candidate after. You're 3 games in, you still got 4 left, but exactly. I'm listening, man, and if he keeps putting up these numbers, and why wouldn't he? I'll bang the drum with you. I mean, you don't just get to give the guy the award in Boise because he plays for Boise and he's got a better PR machine. I'm not telling you what Ashton Genty isn't doing is not insane. It is, and they're winning, and that's why and ranked teams get way more pub than 2 or 3 and 4 teams do, right? But yeah, I'm listening to you. 505-246-0610. At what point do you start some sort of campaign for your guy? Whether it's for, dare I say, it shouldn't. Heisman is all right. That's out of line on a 3 and 4 team that
deserves it now. Like Genty is unbelievable. Like when you're talking about players for awards, they're both really good. Like Genty's still 2 games. He's got 4 touchdowns on the ground. When you look at Devin Dampier, 8 total touchdowns. Passing wise, the only person ahead of him is Spencer Petras, just because they throw the ball like crazy at Utah State. Mm-hmm. But it's the overall ability that we're seeing, the rushing, the passing, the dynamic offense that Devin Dampier is creating. Those 2 stand above the rest in that conversation. There's some really good players in this league this year. Look at Ricky White at UNLV. Mm-hmm. Could be the best wide receiver.
By the way, what has he got? 3 blocked punts too?
Yeah, shows the level that Devin Dampier is at, that he can be in that conversation. You can have that conversation that, you know what, you might need to start paying attention for this guy from Mountain West Offensive Player of the Year. The one where I could see it going against him is the schedule that we talk about.
Okay.
Playing Boise State, is not playing UNLV.
So the Boise and Vegas people, good to see him up front. I'm close. If they win this weekend and they go to 3-1, and then they beat Wyoming and they go to 4-1, how do you not pay attention anymore? 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
If you're drunk,
blasted,
intoxicated,
ripped, plastered,
destroyed, bruh. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks. Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
Well, I'm going to the Frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number 1. Cover it with green stuff, 1 scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
The Cowboys are a different story. Cowboys win 12 games a year, except for this year, and then they lose in the playoffs. That's a different story. Lobos win 2 to 4 games a year, right? You don't win games like this. You've never, in the history of the program, won a game like that. You've never come back from 16 points down in the second half of a game to win a game at the University of New Mexico. Period. It's never happened in the 100 and whatever years of the program. That's significant. The way they won on the road, overcoming what they overcame, down 17. I'm not telling you they beat Alabama. Nobody is. Nobody said they won a conference championship. But to start building a program, you got to start beating the teams who have been beating you for the last bunch of years. That was Air Force. Well, Air Force is bad this year, Jeff. Yeah, okay. But you had to beat them. Because you know what? You keep telling me you've been bad, and the numbers tell you that. Well, Jeff, Utah State's down. They're bad. Okay. You got to beat them. You got to beat the teams who have been beating you and start building. JJ just said you don't play UNLV and Boise State this year. Just the way the schedule played out.
Take advantage of it.
All right, but go beat Colorado State, who you haven't beaten in 12 times. Go beat San Diego State on the road, who, Jeff, they're down this year. Oh, okay. You know what, man?
You're also looking at, sorry to cut you off there, Jeff, but I'm saying you're also looking at all these teams. They all have winning records against you.
Yes.
They've all beat you more times than you beat them. So the last thing I want to hear about this year is strength of schedule. Oh, this team's bad, that team's... Yes. You're trying to claw out from the bottom. And this is a process that for Lobo football, you have to take it step by step. And for this team to be in a position where they've scored 50 points in 3 straight games. So you're looking down going, you know what? I actually think they can win games.
I think there's a lot of people who get
that the majority get. And the last thing you need to be doing right now with Lobo football is dissecting a schedule or strength. Like, it's just about finding a way to get wins, because you're seeing just with the wins, you get the buzz.
Well,
and it went from, and this is a quick turnaround, because it went from when the Pac-12 Mountain West stuff was going down, the Lobos were in a very tough part of their schedule, and they were taking even more heat, and people just wanted to blame football and see, that's the reason. It might be the reason.
Yeah.
But it was creating an even larger hill for them to climb. So for them to have some momentum right now, for them to be on the right side when easily you could be looking down and this could be a winless football team. That's possible.
And then
to have this just hope, what you need.
JJ, you're 100% right. I think most people understand it, and you got to figure out how to win. If they played Montana State now and they were in that situation, I think they hold on and hold on to a 31-17 lead in the fourth quarter, I think. And would that make a difference by the end of the year? Man, I mean, who knows? It might, right? You're 3-4, you'd be 4-3, and there'd be a lot of bull talk right now, right? If you win this weekend, there's going to be probably that bull talk as opposed to, wow, when does basketball season start? Although when does basketball season start will be part of the conversation too. Look, at some point you're going to have to beat one of those teams when they're in front of you. And Washington State's coming here in a little bit. Beat the teams that have beaten you for all these years. Beat what's in front of you. That's how you're building. It's given the players in that locker room a lot of confidence. It's given a lot of the fan base some confidence that it's going in the right direction. Maybe that results in more resources. And it's got to help in recruiting, hence players. No, it does, right? I mean, I'm out on the street with a 6-6 record as opposed to 4-8.
I saw
Yeah.
is one of the most important people, Lobo Athletics, was on that sideline in Logan, Utah, hugging players after they scored touchdowns.
Kurt Roth?
And that was Kurt Roth.
Yeah.
And he's enjoying the moment, and you need that.
See, he knows there's a football team now. See? It's the opening drive. I'd love to hear your thoughts on it. You got to win. You got to learn how to, and you start somewhere. There's no poo-poo in that. I mean, you can all you want. I'm going to tell you, I think you're wrong. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep. All your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande.
For 5 years running. It's the OD in the AM with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck.
But I just listened to that sports update. Is Jared Goff in conversation for MVP?
Yep.
I mean, he should be, right? Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck. Ravens beat the Buccaneers last night, 41-34 here on the Sports Animal. Cardinals walked off the Chargers with a last-second field goal, 17-15. Buccaneers star wide receiver Chris Godwin dislocated ankle. Coach had to explain why he was in. We'll get into that. You have Jamison Williams of the Lions suspended 2 games for a PED violation. Saints who signed Marquez Valdez-Scantling. Got all kinds of injury stuff as well. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Buck, 505-246-0610. Welcome to our Tuesday. JT, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, JT.
How are my friends there at the Sports Animal?
Life's grooving. What's happening?
See, I'm trying to enjoy my week. You know, I'm trying to do my driving around the state and every day listen to the Sports Animal, relax, you know, enjoy. And then you have to bring a topic, brings my blood pressure way up, Jeff.
With a Lobo win?
No, that was exhilarating. But my weekends, my Dodgers, of course, I'm a lifelong fan of all my teams. You know, Sunday was great. You know, then you know what the Lobos did Saturday, of course. You know, amazing. And then I have a suggestion.
Yeah.
To stop justifying these idiots. I'm telling you, these are the people who don't support the Lobos.
You're right.
They don't go to the games. They sit behind their computers. They criticize everything. It's the crab in the bucket mentality. Anytime someone, UNM's doing good, there's always something, this and that, this and the other. I'm so sick and tired of these idiots. Okay, so. You know, the work that this team put in. Yeah, Utah State's 1-5. Who cares? I don't care about Air Force being down. I don't care about all that. All I care about is that we won the game. And this coaching staff, this team, whoever watched that game, like we always do, we pay tickets, we pay for season tickets, we support them. I was there in the 80s when we had 20 people at the game.
Yep. Yeah, well, how about 2 or 3 years ago? Yeah.
Or whenever. I'm there at every game, whether there's 50 people, like these people try to say, or 100 or 35,000. You know, it just gets old, man. It just gets old. People don't realize what the work that Bronco Mendenhall and his boys are putting in over there. Okay, we lost. What was it? 62 players, Jeff?
Well, you got
like
60 new players. Yeah.
Yeah, 60 new players. I could care less what all these teams' records are and this and that. Guess what? Their fans are pissed off because they're 1-5.
Yeah.
Or whoever. Air Force 1 and whatever. I don't care. But, you know, just, you know, leave us alone, you haters. Leave us true Lobo fans alone. Let us support our team and just kick rocks. Go do something else. I was having a good day, and sorry to mess it up, but I got to go.
All right, be careful out there.
All right.
Yeah, look, I think he's right. I mean, I think it's a vocal minority who loves to poke the bear. right? It'll be interesting. JJ, do they have to win this weekend to get a decent crowd for the Wyoming game? Because if they lose this weekend, they still have an opportunity, right? If they can beat Wyoming, San Diego State, and Hawaii to get to a bowl game. I don't think that's out of the realm, even if they lose this weekend. Now, if they win this weekend, there's a lot of momentum, right? 4 in a row, 4-4, winnable games in front of you. But tell me why. Would they be favored in all those games? Right now, if they played San Diego State, Wyoming, and Hawaii, would they be favored in all of those? They'd be favored over Wyoming, certainly. San Diego State's struggling. We'll see. Maybe they get a reputation. They get a home. It's a home game for San Diego State. But are you buying in a little bit after what you saw, what happened when you listen to the coach, when you listen to what's going on? And by the way, he talked about a coach that's working and locked in. JJ, how about? And I knew the press conference was over. That's why I asked this question when I asked Bronco Mendenhall yesterday. His critique of his sports information director and his star wide receiver doing the salsa on national TV. And he said, I have no idea what you're talking about. I got to believe he's seen it. Do you really believe he has? Like, nobody showed it to him? He says, I'm too locked in. I'm the least aware coach. I'm just. I
might actually believe Bronco Mendenhall.
Really? You don't think he had any idea that happened?
No.
Okay. All right. That shows, he is pretty locked in. Yeah. Do you think they'd be favored in all 3 games? If they played them this week, if they played Wyoming at home this weekend, they're favored, right? They are. Yes. On the road at San Diego State this weekend? Maybe. On the road at Hawaii? Okay, so they're all those, right?
That's what we've been discussing. Like, these essentially could all be as close to pick'ems as you get.
And I'm not telling you I think the Washington State game's unwinnable either. I wouldn't pick them to win. I think Washington State's better than them right now. But do they have to win this weekend to get a good crowd for the Wyoming game? Because you always talk about, right, the fan base is going to check out, and I don't think they check out.
Nope. Well, they're not checking out right now. So
yeah. Tony, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hi, Tony.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. What's happening?
Hey, I am so excited about the global football team.
Nice.
And like that other guy said, all these people that are not going to the games and are not participating as Lobo fans, all they do is sit back there and complain. And I think the job Mendenhall has done has been great. And yesterday, that guy was talking about, well, we could lose Dampier to another school. I don't care. I'm excited about what's going on this year. I'm not looking forward to what goes on next year. I hope we have a great year next year, but I'm really more excited about what we're doing this year.
Yep, I don't blame you, man. And I think that's the way to look at it, because especially in college athletics, the way it is now, man, you can't look ahead to next year. Next year is going to be a totally different look. Might be better, might be worse, might be the same. Who knows? But enjoy what you got now. No, Tony, I appreciate the call, and thank you. He says, I'm excited about Louisville football. Look, man, I don't know what next year looks like. There's no way Boise State fan thought they were keeping Ashton Jeanty, right? Well, Jeff, that's Boise State, and it's okay. You didn't think you were keeping Devin Dampier this year, did you? You didn't think you were keeping Donovan Dent, did you? Well, that's a lot of D's. Didn't think you were keeping Devin Dampier or Donovan Dent, did you? Who is your DD?
Who is your DD?
Which DD do you prefer, Devin Dampier or Donovan Dent? Who's having a better DD year? That's a good one. That's a really good question, right?
You both want them driving the vehicle.
Who doesn't like the double D? I'm just saying, who doesn't like
tons of social media opportunities, UNM. They're free right now.
Who doesn't
giving them to you?
UNM, who doesn't love the double Ds? We got double Ds. You're all over it. Go ahead. Go make T-shirts. Can you make T-shirts? You can. I got a guy. I got 2 guys, in fact.
Ship off some to players, and
there you go. All right, 505-246-0610. Emails Jeff at sportsanimalabq.com, JJ at sportsanimalabq.com. Mike says, here you go. Mike, folks aren't going to 1-6 Wyoming, Jeff Alou. I don't care what Lobo football does. The story for 2024 has already been written. Folks have already moved on to folks have moved on from going to University Stadium after the Montana State debacle. Mike says nobody's going. So if they win this weekend and they're playing for an opportunity to play in the league championship game, right? They would be. They'd still be alive for that. And if they're playing for a bowl game, Mike says no one's going. All right. Mike's not going, obviously. Dan says, Dan feels great, Jeffrey and Juan Jose. I've already cashed. Lobo football's already over the Vegas 2.5 wins. I didn't buy into the hype that the schedule was so tough. The schedule was tough at the beginning. What kind of hype was that? I mean, Montana State was good. They're still undefeated, by the way. I think they're ranked 3rd in FBS. Auburn, Arizona, they're better than you, and Fresno State. Yeah, it was a pretty tough stretch to get started. I don't know what hype that was, Dan, but afterwards there were winnable games. I think
it's if you're comparing like Arizona and Auburn versus the rest of their schedule, then I could see how you feel that way. But this is comparing where those teams are versus who the Lobos were at that point in time.
Yeah. So, dude says folks are not going to see 1-6 Wyoming. All right, we'll see. We'll see. If Lobos win this weekend and win 4 in a row, I even think if they don't win this weekend, I think people are going to go out and watch this team play. This is like kind of what you guys were wanting, even when they were 9-4, but they weren't throwing the ball enough. Remember? I don't know, Jeff. I mean, they're not exciting offense. They're the leading rushing team in America. They were the number one rushing team in America, the 9-4 team. Yeah, they just don't throw the ball. It's not. I don't know. It's basketball season. I think now you got what you want. You got an unbelievably exciting player. I don't know. We'll see, Mike. You might be right. I mean, I don't know what the answer is going to be. So you can get 20,000 in there. It would be a big crowd for here. And you'll say, see, nobody went, and maybe we're both right. Keep them coming at 505-246-0610. I got a lot of NFL to get through. The 49ers have issues. Seattle's got a wide receiver issue. I'll update you on that. The Lions have a wide receiver issue that you woke up to this morning. Who's the quarterback in Las Vegas? Your calls come in at 505-246-0610. Jeff Symbieta and J.J. Buck. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, The Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Seriously? You expect me to drive while you aren't wearing seatbelts? What's the worst that can happen? Seriously? Buckle up. Okay. Thank you.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal: to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505.
You hate that guy, don't you?
Dude, I have to go to therapy.
You just hate when I read that guy's
overreact to things because it's just one. It's so like the amount of insults that texter tries to throw and say we're self-serving this or that. That's the exact thing you're doing.
Clown
in that text.
Yeah.
Like it's not just back and forth opinion, good debate. It's just straight up. Why do you tune into this station?
Right. And you hear what you want to hear because there's nobody, you or me, who said you should go to the game or you got to go.
We're asking about the feel from the community, the feel from Lobo fans. Are they still in? Are they going to need the streak to continue all the way up until they finally get back home after these 2 road games?
Yeah,
and this is a huge topic of conversation.
Yes,
because football production, football attendance
matters,
and is why that there's a group of teams that are still in the Mountain West as opposed to a Pac-12 merger.
Yeah. And the only reason I read that is to prove my point that people hear what they want to hear. Because there's nobody said what he claims was said. This guy says, I guess I don't count, but I'm going to the Wyoming game. See? This one is, remember when Bob Davie, this is from Jack. This is Global Football 2012 equal 2024, question mark. Jeff, remember when Bob Davie warned the OD his second season could be rougher than his first because he had been left with small but talented core guys like Flashy, and he was right. Lobo took a step back in 2013. Will history repeat itself in 2015? I don't know, but I know that it's a different landscape. I know that you can restock via the portal. And, you know, every time Lobo basketball loses a guy to the portal, they seem to find a guy that is really good. Now, I'm not going to say better than JT Toppin, right? But for the most part, JJ in basketball, when they've lost a guy, they've restocked with someone that has proved to be pretty good. In football, you've got that same opportunity. Now, I understand Devin Dampier did not come through the portal. He was recruited out of high school. But you've got a lot more opportunity to get better quicker in 2025 than you did in 2013. So do I expect that big step backwards? No. Look, man, I don't know the future, nor do you, nor does Bronco Mendenhall, if Devin Dampier is going to be here next year. And he's a key, and you all hope he will. And I know that's what this is alluding to, right? But I'll tell you this. The success that he is having, and if the team continues to have success, makes it a hell of a lot more attractive for some of these high-profile quarterbacks that will be in the portal, right? Gives you a hell of a lot better chance to find a guy that wants to come here. Jeff, we've tried that. What about Terry? No, I get it. But I want you to look around this league and look how Fresno State over the years has built what they built, right? It was portal quarterbacks, was it not? San Diego State's gone, and it's hit and miss. San Diego State doesn't hit on them. But there's a lot of portal quarterbacks who've come through this league that have had a lot of success. San Jose State, right? So, I don't know if he's going to be here or not. But, Jack, what I would tell you is, could that happen? I don't know. But you got a lot better chance to recruit a better quarterback because of the success that Devin Dampier is having. And if, in fact, you're in that position, you can point and say, man, look what our offense did. Look what he did. You can fill that role. And we've had success. And by the way, we were 6-6, 7-5, whatever our record ends up having to be in year one. And you can be the guy who takes us to the next level. We compete for a league championship. Right?
Yes.
So, I mean, I don't know. Is it 2024? I don't know. Isn't Rudy the caller that says he doesn't want to hear about other people's weekend plans, Jeff? Then he spends 3 minutes telling us what our plans should be on November 2nd. I don't know if he ever said, I don't want to hear what your plans are. Rudy's very, very pro Lobo and supportive. And yeah, he asks people to go to game. Yeah, he does. And that's his thing. And that's what he believes in. And why are you on him any more than you're on the people who are telling you why you're not going? The guy's super positive. Yeah, he's out there and he's not shy about saying you should go support the program. Yeah. Just like all these people are telling you, I'm not going, dude. And nobody's going. Tell me the difference. It's like politics, man. Everybody accuses everybody of doing the same thing they do. You know what I mean? This should be a unifying thing. It really should. Now, again, I'm not telling you should go to the game. If you want to go to the game, go. I asked the question. JJ asked the question. Will more people go? And do you feel that they have to go, they have to win at Colorado State to get a big crowd? Raul says, Jeff, the only reason I'm going to the Lobo game against Wyoming is peer pressure between you guys and Rudy. I have no choice but to show up, LOL.
That's right.
All right. That's fair. Yeah, it's what we're telling you to do. By the way, I won't be at the Wyoming game. I'm out of town. I think I'm going to Miami Duke that day.
See, that's why people don't need to go. You don't even care, Jeff.
I'm not going. I mean, I had a pre-planned trip. Wow. I know.
You just destroyed the potential for a good crowd for that game.
I suck. But you're going and Rudy's going. Right? And Raul's going, and this other guy's going who said he's going. And so, I mean, there's people are going.
All 7 of us are going to have a great time.
Diego Pavia didn't lead to another high-profile quarterback landing at NMSU, Jeff. That's from Lynn.
I think the coaching staff had more to do with that than Diego Pavia.
Yeah, the whole coaching staff left and took the quarterback with them. Not the whole coaching staff, but the whole offensive coaching staff, or, well, a lot of it. Tony was the wide receivers coach. And by the way, didn't they got a quarterback out of Wake, right? What is one of these guys a transfer from Wake Forest? That's the ACC?
Santino, yeah.
Right? I mean, I know it hasn't panned out the way Diego Pavia was. Look, Lynn, with all due respect, there's nothing that's foolproof. There's no guarantees. Like, San Diego State's been in the portal forever, and when was the last time they had a quarterback? Right? But it feels like Fresno State, every time they dip in, they get one. Right? Or San Jose State keeps finding quarterbacks. All I'm saying is you got a better chance to rebuild now than you did 12 years ago. And would you not agree that if your program has just shown recent success, especially at the quarterback, that you would be more attractive to quarterbacks in the portal, saying, well, look what that guy just did in that offense. I can do that. Oh, by the way, they won. Doesn't that make sense? And nothing's foolproof. Nothing's guaranteed. You've been in the portal a lot, man, and then you found a homegrown guy. I don't know. Nothing's guaranteed. All right, I will hit these NFL injuries when we get back, because there's a bunch of news on that. 505-246-0610. Jeff Symbieta, JJ Buck is the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal. How'd this happen?
This report brought to you by Quality by...
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. Our law firm was founded by my father, Thibaut J. Chavez, with one goal: to get New Mexicans the help they need. That's why we built a different kind of law firm. We focus on family values, dedicated service, and we make a real contribution by giving back to our communities. We can't change what happened to you or your loved ones, but we can help you get back on the road to recovery. We're by your side, and we're still as local as red and green.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans.
Without a doubt. And, I've been to a few games, and, you always know that we're in it if we've got this offense. And, I didn't know that the game started early last week. I jumped in when we were down 38-23, and I was like, that's terrible, that sucks. And then I thought, but we're not out of it. And our offense did what they had to do and got it done. And we've got an incredibly exciting offense and something to cheer for. And people talking about not going to games is just silly. And if you're talking about it, then you better be there because you care. And this team and Bronco's done a great job, a really great job. I wouldn't say unbelievable. We're not, 7-0, but he's done a heck of a job. And to go into the games is a kind of a no-brainer. If you care at all, it's time to get to the games and go support these guys. But it's also exciting to watch. I mean, that offense you're never out of it, you don't feel, right now, if you're a Lobo fan. So I think it's great. I mean, Bronco's done an incredible job. It's exciting to see, and I can't wait to get to the next home game and let's go beat Colorado State because we got a very good shot to beat them.
Appreciate you. I appreciate him backing off the word. That's to me, that's become the most overused term since great. We say, oh, that's great. That guy's great. Unbelievable, a term that's become overused. Look, a really good job. And it kind of just dawned on me, why are you peeing on people's parade? If you don't like it, if you don't want to go, cool, man, don't go. If you don't think that's cool, but people like that right there, there's so many people who have been jonesing for a little bit of football success as something to be happy about. And now they got it, and this football team's given that to them. Why are you peeing on their happiness? I'm just kind of curious. If you don't think it's that cool, man. And you can voice your opinion. I don't have a problem with that. But, Jack, man, Jack's taking fall fitness program in his gym. It only lasts a few more weeks before they close weekends for the holidays. It starts at noon and goes for 75 to 90 minutes. So, JJ, there's no way for Jack to leave the gym at 1:30, get home, refuel with grub, change, and make it back to University Stadium by the awkward 2:05 post time. He really needs 4 o'clock, but he might have been able to rush and maybe get there by 3. So Jack won't be there. I love your no face right there. If you're watching on the feed, it's so.
Do we need to have a response to that?
It's just, no. Okay. That's why it was so good. That's why.
Well, okay. So here's the thing.
Yeah.
It's an answer to a question. Simple as that. Because you ask the question and there's the answer.
Yeah.
I have a fitness program.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Fitness is very important.
Yes.
So I'm not upset at that. I don't have.
Look, man.
We're just reading the answers to the question I asked.
If it had been at 6, dude would have had dinner plans and he'd have had family in town. And why wasn't it on Thursday? Dude wasn't going. Dude, I'm going to guess dude hadn't been to a game in 15 years and tells you every week why it's inconvenient for him. You tell me I'm wrong. All right. Can I hit these NFL injuries? Holy smokes. Brandon Ayuk. Torn anterior cruciate ligament. That's ACL. And the MCL in his right knee. Surgery, he's done. Deebo Samuel, sick. He was in the hospital with pneumonia. He had fluid buildup in his lungs. He, at last check, is still in the hospital. Niners without Christian McCaffrey. Niners play the Cowboys this week. You like the Cowboys this weekend against the Niners?
No.
Still like the Niners? Okay.
I don't think there's no doubt about it in this game.
I mean, I kind of like the Cowboys this weekend. Niners are scuffling, too. They need to win. They're 3-4. Seattle. DK Metcalf went down. Mike McDonald's their coach, confirmed minor MCL sprain. It's different than a ripped up ACL. Unsure whether he can play against the Bills. Coach said doesn't look like it's a long-term injury. Metcalf, 4 catches, 99 yards against the Falcons. He is the second leading receiver in terms of yardage behind Jamar Chase in the National Football League. Lions are down a starter, Jameson Williams. Out 2 games. What happened? I didn't see anything happen to him. You're right, nothing happened to him. But he was suspended by the league for violation of their performance-enhancing drug policy. Jameson Williams will sit out 2 games. 505-246-0610. Mike, good morning. You're on the Sports Animal. Hello, Mike.
Hey, good morning, guys. Thanks for taking the call. First off, I really have been impressed with the Lobos over the last couple of weeks. You know, I'm not from Albuquerque, and I'm not necessarily a Lobo fan, but I love to cheer for the home team. And now I'm starting to see something that is like, really attractive, more attractive than it has been.
Sure.
Kind of like I was saying on the last call, it's like, the customers want a good product. And let's be honest, just being truthful, those are 3 games that they should have won. Now, clicking, they were down last. But like you're saying about the fans, if you don't want to come up with lame excuses on the game this weekend, I really can't wait to see it. But what I wanted to bring up was, did you happen to notice that Deshaun Watson injury, how the fans in Cleveland were chanting, "You deserve it"? Yeah. Think about this, too. I mean, as just absolutely gross as that is, how are you paying money for a ticket to go to a game to boo and chant your own player like that? I just thought it was really despicable, no matter what kind of a character that dude is. That dude's not a good guy. I'm not saying that, but what a harsh way to go out. Thanks for taking my call, guys.
Yeah, I appreciate you. What was the first thing he said? Because I had a thought on that. He was talking about anyway, they're going out and being impressed by this. He said, let's be honest. He said they're beating teams they're supposed to beat. Can I backtrack to that? Because I appreciate that call, and that was a really, really good call. And I wanted to ask him, like, what does that mean? Who's New Mexico supposed to be? New Mexico was picked second to last in the league, right? So the only team that they would theoretically be supposed to beat is Nevada, who, by the way, is way better than we thought they'd be too. Like the whole, I don't think this program is at a you're supposed to beat anybody point yet. That's why a victory like the win over Utah State. You tell me where I'm wrong. I think you're still climbing to a level where you're supposed to beat anybody, right?
Yeah, you're just now becoming a slight favorite in these games, where the Air Force closed out.
Yeah, you were a 2.5, 3-point favorite, right? So I guess by Vegas you were supposed to beat them by the spread, but like, are you really supposed to beat anybody? Maybe, right? You figure your FCS game, but it was Montana State, and they beat you. No, I appreciate that. Was a really good call. I just don't know that you're there yet. You're trying to build to that you're supposed to beat level. I'm telling you, Colorado State, Wyoming, San Diego State, Hawaii, they're all looking at New Mexico as their get-well game. Well, here we got New Mexico coming in. I mean, we'll beat them. Yeah, quarterback's all right, but we'll put up 50 on them like everybody else does. Yeah, but they'll put up 53 on you. No, look, you're getting better, and appreciate it. He said we're going to the game, and we live in Rio Rancho, and I'm tired of excuses. And no, that's cool. But I would push back just a little bit. I'm not sure you're supposed to beat anybody yet. You're building towards that, but I'm not sure you're there yet. 505-246-0610. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
This report is sponsored.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is Pro View. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. ProView Networks.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit hanswhitlerauto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong and we're still as local as red and green.
TurboThreads is a proud sponsor of ProView Networks.
Almost 30 years of experience means fast service, great prices, and a wide selection of apparel from t-shirts to performance sport shirts, even jackets and hats. They feature low minimums and no setup charges on most orders. TurboThreads is located at 1503 Golf Course Road in Rio Rancho, or find them on Facebook, online at turbothreads.com, or call 999-1234 for TurboThreads.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com. We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
I might not be in the cage as much anymore. Just like riding a bicycle, I can pick up the fight from where I left off. I'm not some slick-haired outsider posing with borrowed gloves. I grew up here. New Mexico is in my blood. I'm a New Mexican fighting for other New Mexicans. I'm Adam Oki. I'll be your champion in the courtroom.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
For your surprisingly great rates, contact your local State Farm agent today.
If you want the real deal, call State Farm agent Marty Size in Albuquerque today.
Like a good neighbor, State Farm is there.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420.
Adam's gotten better, or is that just because...
No, Nevada, Hawaii, and New Mexico, as you just said, are playing better than expected. You watched Nevada play.
Dude, they beat Oregon State.
They were going to be like a 1 or 2 win football team.
Yeah, they beat Oregon State. That was a really good win for them. Yeah. All right, let me get you some of these. This is from Ty at 505-246-0610. He says, I'm a Wyoming aluminum. I think he's talking into it. Or he's got fix, the text fix. What's the word I'm looking for?
Predictive text.
Thank you. I'm a Wyoming aluminum, born and raised in Laramie. The only time I don't root for the Lobos is when they play Wyoming. What the funk, F-U-N-K, is wrong with the fans here? It's like the drivers in this town are not very, it's like the drivers in that town, comma, not very intelligent. Yeah, I mean, like Wyoming fan basically is saying, dude, you got something that you probably should be happy about. What are you doing? Mike says, you're right. Lobos aren't supposed to beat anyone. I just meant toss-up, winnable games. Side note, Wemby for MVP. No, Mike, I appreciate it. Look, that was a great call, and I appreciate you clarifying that. Thank you. I'm a Longhorn. Lived here for 7 years. I may go to a game. A first. I love the North Course, by the way. It's a gem. It's from Nomad. Watch the ticket availability counter on the Lobo ticket site and tell me what you see. All right, I'll watch it. 505-246-0610. Keep them coming. Good stuff today. If you throw bottles on the field, will it help reverse a call? Maybe. Yes. That happened. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 670 Sports Animal.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. High school sports are back. You can watch every ProView Network broadcast online on the NFHS network. Every moment from every game from every sport, including all NMAA state championship games. Get your monthly pass now. Just go to ProViewNetworks.com, click on the NFHS logo, and sign up today. Watch New Mexico's best.
What's going on, Lobo Nation? Ja'Cory Krosky-Mir here. And I'm Devin Dampier. The Lobo football team is going through some changes, but we're here to stay. We'll put in the work on the field and in the weight room, but we'll need your help off the field. 505 Sports Venture is leading the charge in the NIL space. And you can be part of it.
You make my heart better. Show that shit better than all my intentions. I can show that you got my attention. CEO, baby, I give you the business. Touchdown and pay you a visit.
I was born in New Mexico. I grew up on these streets. I got in trouble here, and I fought my way back in boot camp. I love New Mexico, especially the people. Now I'm using my training, tenacity, and energy to fight for you. I'm Adam Oki, lawyer, fighter, and New Mexican. I was a local athlete here in New Mexico, so I'm proud to support your local athletes.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Hi everyone, my name is Master Sergeant Jacob Groves. I am a Air Force Special Warfare Pararescueman. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Network and New Mexico Youth Sports. Air Force Special Warfare operators are critical thinkers. They maintain a high level of fitness, they take initiative, and they don't quit. For more information on Air Force Special Warfare, contact me at the number listed below.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
We fight the battles no one hears about.
We drop into the middle of firefights to rescue others.
And act as one-man air traffic control towers. We're the ones who go before all others.
U.S. Air Force Special Warfare are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
For 50 years, Clark's Pet Emporium has been your pet's favorite stop.
I am Michael Azera, midfielder for New Mexico United. Clark's support for the United is an example of their commitment to local partnerships. Clark's understands that paying it forward develops a better team and ultimately better community partner.
When you need pet food and supplies,
Clark's is always the best shot.
Locally owned and operated with 2 convenient locations.
Go United!
ClarksPets.com.
Now, voted the best sports show in New Mexico for 5 years running. It's the OD and the AM with 3-time New Mexico Sportscaster of the Year, Jeff Symbieta and JJ Bach.
Oh, you got 2 of them last night. What do you think? Ravens look really, really good. 41-34. They beat the Buccaneers. Cardinals look just good enough. 17-15. They beat the Chargers. Opening drive, Jeff Symbieta and BB Juck. You're welcome to get in today at 505-246-0610. Is it opening night in the NBA tonight, too?
We're talking basketball.
Woo-hoo-hoo.
That basketball. Yep.
Dribble, shoot. Take that. Oh, sorry, that's a different one.
Love the way that dribble up and down the court.
So you are absolutely in the sports equinox now. It is 22 of October, and you've got the World Series starting on Friday. You are in the heart of NFL and college football season. You have the National Hockey League has been underway for a couple of weeks, and now the National Basketball Association is underway. The USL will hit the playoffs here very shortly. United has a home match this week. College basketball will start here in a couple of weeks. You had college basketball. You had the Lobo women on Saturday.
Yes, exhibition season already here.
It is the sports equinox. If you've got a better word, I'm listening to it. Last night, Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdown passes. He combined for 333 yards, both passing and running. 49-yard touchdown pass to Rashad Bateman. The third quarter was his third. Jackson's
it was his third
of his
touchdown
7
pass.
That went 45 yards or more in the air.
Which is, it's showing the explosiveness this season. So it was his third touchdown pass of his 7-year career.
Yeah.
That went downfield that far. It's the dynamic offense that they have that, Bateman is finally paying off a little bit. But Mark Andrews caught 2 touchdowns. You have Derrick Henry. Like, if you are getting the explosive verticals in this offense, they are the best offense in the NFL.
So is Lamar Jackson, and I want you to look at yesterday. He threw 5 touchdown passes, and one of them was right after a touchdown run was called back. He is a running quarterback, but he is a pass-first quarterback. And yes, there are designed runs, but I think yesterday, if you needed proof, don't you think he has evolved into a pass-first quarterback? He is a quarterback with great touch, who throws the ball well, who is the most elusive quarterback we've seen outside the pocket since, I don't know, Randall Cunningham?
Mike Vick.
Yeah. All right. Fair.
You don't become an NFL MVP at the quarterback position by just being able to run.
Yeah. He's different. And then the MV3 chats. I think there's going to be, when the voters hit, if there's going to be somebody else up there, whether it's Josh Allen, Jared Goff, hell, Derrick Henry for that matter. I think there may be voter fatigue.
Oh yeah, you see that in every sport, and I think what is interesting about this one is the best player at the position. I'm still on Patrick Mahomes, but he's nowhere near this conversation. Like, his team's undefeated.
I don't think he cares.
I know he doesn't care. But
has he ever won an MVP?
What I think is fascinating about it is just the different ways to be successful at that position in the league. It ultimately comes back down to passing, but the team success, like as good as Patrick Mahomes has been, it's been the Kansas City Chiefs defense. It's been that team, and then he'll make the plays when needed. No doubt about it. Don't doubt multiple-time Super Bowl champion. I get that, but then just seeing, how Baltimore in this process has been able to develop Lamar Jackson, and they were a lot of run first, and then he became a better and better passer, and now he's out there slicing and dicing someone for 5 touchdown passes, throwing the football down the field. And it kind of goes back to, like, all these quarterbacks that, everyone was like, I don't know if Lamar Jackson can do it. And it's just a time in the NFL that there's one guy who's kind of just out there running a league, but give me all the Lamar Jackson. I'll take my chances trying to run down Patrick Mahomes with anyone. Like, yep, give me Lamar.
2-time MVP is Mahomes, 2022 and 2018. Do you know who the last non-quarterback MVP was and what year that was? Because I know Derrick Henry's in the conversation, or at least has been, and he should be.
Is there a running back?
Of course. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm thinking either, I don't know if it's like Sean Alexander, LT, AP, I don't know.
So those are all right, except for only one's right. So Adrian Peterson was the last one in 2012. Sean Alexander in 5, and LaDainian Tomlinson in 6, and Marshall Faulk in 2000. So 4 times this century, that's it, has it been a non-quarterback, and it's always been a running back. So Marshall Faulk won the MVP in 2000. Seattle, Sean Alexander at 05, Chargers, LaDainian Tomlinson at 06, and then Adrian Peterson, I think, was with the Vikings at that point, right? In 2012. That's it. It's a kind of a crazy award to me. And then sometimes they go differently with the offensive player of the year. They go a different way. But yeah, the evolution of him has been terrific. And again, I remember, look, you were on him coming out, and he was a late pick in the first round. It was the last pick of the first round, right?
He was. What a pick it was by the Ravens.
Well, I remember that draft, and you're like this guy, like you were on him.
Hey, we all have guys we hit on and a swing and a miss. It's a draft process, but I wasn't scared of his athleticism. Like the one thing with Lamar Jackson, I remember the conversations of the last few years. Like, I don't know if he can win games. You got to be able to throw the football. What happens, when he's 10, 15 years into his career? I'm like, I don't care. Lamar Jackson's about right now. And he's showing you that his style of play is still going to be successful for a while as well.
He was considered an athlete. Like how in high school you'll recruit someone, you'll see every whatever it is, signing day, you get a list from UNM, you get a list from Alabama, wherever. And they list quarterback, linebacker, DB, and then sometimes this is ATH, it's just athlete, gets recruited as an athlete. There were a lot of scouts who wanted to draft Lamar as an athlete and make him a receiver. Oh, he'll be a good receiver. Kind of a Antoine Randall kind of a thing. Because he was a college quarterback at Indiana and was really good, and then became a receiver flanker in the NFL. Kind of Bobby Newcomb kind of thing. And he said, nope, I'm going to be a quarterback. And he's become, I don't know, is he the best quarterback? You can't say he is because Mahomes is, and Mahomes wins. But, boy, the numbers that he's putting up are bonkers. They are. 505-246-0610. It's opening night in the NBA. LeBron and Bronny tonight, so you got to kind of watch it just for the moment, right? Because they're going to run them out in the second quarter, put them both on the floor just to get that out of the way, don't you think?
I don't know if Bronny gets on the floor.
You don't think they just put him on the floor and get that out of the way? You got Ken Griffey, Sr. and Jr. traveling to L.A. to be in the building to potentially see these guys in the same game.
Just to get it out of the way.
Yes.
Like, here's Bronny.
100%.
2 minutes or 60 seconds, someone commit a foul, and then I'll check him out.
Well, no, give him the ball, let him take a shot. Like, I mean, don't
just
you think?
Just a token, absolutely.
100%.
It's one thing to have him on the roster.
I get it.
But then to just put him in the game to take a shot to do it.
Second quarter, in middle of the second quarter, put them both out on the floor. Oh, there's the history. There's the moment. Take your picture. Be done and send them to Santa Cruz or wherever their G League team is. South
He's not
Bay.
playing G League basketball. We know that.
South Bay. Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. are going to be at, Crypto.com Arena. It's opening night for Lakers. They play at Timberwolves tonight. Griffey Jr., I'm actually going to the game. I'm going to take my dad. The road to Cooperstown, he was on that podcast. He said, first father and son to play baseball, now first father and son to play basketball. So it's a big deal for my dad and I to be there. We made history. Now we get to watch history. End quote. I think that's cool as hell, by the way, that the Griffeys are going to be there. I got to believe they've got word it's going to happen. JJ, why wouldn't you not do it? Why don't you just put this thing to bed and stop all the talk about it? First game, second quarter, Minnesota's in town, first of 82. Get him out there and let's just be done with it. Instead of when are you going to put him out? When's he going to play? Why would you not?
Okay.
They played together once during the 6-game preseason schedule. There were no assists or anything. J.J. Redick's making his debut as the Laker coach tonight. He was asked about the possibility of this father-son pair making history. Quote, nothing's been finalized for anything yet. Come on, man. I mean, honestly, why rush it? Game's tonight. Why rush it? Previously, he said he planned to consult with LeBron and Bronny to get their input on how they want to execute this event.
So there you go. Yeah. It's strictly do it for show, which has been the whole time. But if they stop the game for this,
I'll bet they do. And here's the ball, and it's going to Canton or where Springfield. Bronny talked about the Griffeys being there. Not LeBron, this is Bronny. Quote, it's going to be insane. Only 2 families to do it, so it's going to be crazy experience, especially with what they've done. So they know the Griffeys are coming. They're not going to have the Griffeys there to not do it.
They're absolutely
the Griffeys aren't coming.
Scripted moment.
100%, right? The Griffeys aren't coming without absolute knowledge that this is going to happen, right?
So do you remember when?
I remember when the Griffeys played together. I thought that was cool.
Poor old Caitlin Clark, right? She got hip checked And everyone was like, oh, take that person to jail. Never seen something like that in a basketball field.
That's right.
I think someone might take a shot at Bronny if they get the opportunity
You think
to go into the basket.
I don't know that he's going to play enough. I don't know if he's going to play enough to get a shot.
Or it would just be the greatest thing. Like LeBron passes to Bronny. He's like, I'm going up, and Anthony Edwards just
that's what I'm saying.
Swats it to the upper deck.
So how does who's Minnesota's enforcer? Like who would it be? I don't even know. But how would it be? Like, how does Daddy react if Naz Reid pummels Bronny driving it? Just an NBA foul. Welcome to the league foul. What does Daddy do? How does Daddy react? I kind of want to see that too.
Well, you can't have it happen. You can't do that to players.
I absolutely want to see it. Rudy Gobert.
No, you can't do that. Remember we wanted to cancel the WNBA.
Yeah, but this is men, dude. This is men.
Oh, okay.
This is men. These are tough.
Okay,
masculine. These are men. Right?
So I see the look in Bronny's eyes with the. He gets the basketball, there's a switch, and there's just Anthony Edwards in front of him. You're like, oh, this is not USC anymore.
Yeah, I ain't playing Washington State, am I? I know. It's a different world. But it will happen tonight, right? I mean, there's no way it does not.
Yes, everything that you read as the story progressed, it's happening.
Yeah, it's opening night in the NBA, so you can watch for history. They'll stop the game. They'll take a picture. They'll take the ball.
They'll bring out the Griffies. The
Griffies will come out probably. Dude, the Griffey thing was so cool, and if I'm not mistaken, Junior hit a home run in that game. I want to say like 91-ish. Does that sound right? Because I think I was in Yakima, and that was a big deal with the Mariners. And that Junior came up. He was 19 years old, and I could swear he hit a home run in that game where he and his daddy played. I think he was 19. His daddy was 40, and that was a big deal, man. And look, how cool is that? Whether you like the James family and you like LeBron or not. Imagine, you getting to that level and playing a big league, whatever, and your son plays with you on the same team. I mean, that'd be cool. When you start doing a show with Austin.
No, I will not let him do this. But I'm hope he is so much smarter than me already, and he's 5 years old. Like, he's not gonna.
I was going to have Addie come in one day when you were off and just do the show with me. She's like, what are we going to talk about? I said, baby, I don't know every day. I mean, you can pull this off.
But you're going to be a successful member of society. You're not going to be stuck doing what I do.
By the way, she just told me the story. They're just like, Dad, I had to explain the bowl system to another boy. She's like, all these boys, they just don't understand college football and the college football playoff and the bowl system. And she's like, I said, how do they respond? And yet
they'll be sitting there in the stadium on Saturday. It's like,
Yeah, go blue, go blue. I know. She's like, Dad, we suck. But I said, how do they respond? She's like, well, how do you know all this? Well, my dad's worked in college football for a couple of decades. And was he the guy that puts the playoff matchups together? No. He's
not yet. Not yet.
But, I mean, can't you just see her just explaining to these boys how the playoff works? And then she called me. She's like, so I know it's new, Dad. Did I get it right? She's like, okay, so the top 4 get a bye, and they're going to be determined by, like, the top-ranked conference champions, right? And I'm like, exactly. And then Boise State fits in, or somebody like that, if they're the top-ranked group of 5. Is that right? And I'm like, yeah, baby. Like, you got the... She's like, okay, I nailed it.
Got it on lock.
Got it figured out. It's the opening drive on 95.9 FM and AM 610, the Sports Animal.
Dirty Boys present Phil.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
Hey, look! It's Dwight Goodman!
Boom! This place is hot. Let's see if anyone needs my help. How about I drive you madman home, huh?
I got this, Dwight. I'm the designated driver. Boom.
Sweet. Does anyone need Dwight's help getting home tonight?
No thanks, Romeo. I've got a taxi all lined up.
Drive safe, Dwight.
Boom! Boom!
We aren't all born with the same opportunities. But it's the people who care that change everything.
Get ready, Sprout, get ready!
My coach. My teacher. My older sisters. My grandma. My brother. My tutor. My dad and my mom.
As New Mexicans, it's up to all of us to do our part.
So that no child goes without love.
And no family has to do it all on their own.
They're all our children. Every single person is called to make a difference in the life of a child.
It's up to all of us to do our part.
To pull together.
Pull together.
Pull together.
To make New Mexico the best place to be a kid.
Bring it back.
Hi, I'm Steve Stucker here for Dr. Robert Melendez and the Juliet Eye Institute. You may remember me like this, but no more. The glasses are gone. I tossed them months ago because of a brand new procedure from Dr. Melendez known as RLE, Refractive Lens Exchange. The latest technology, the best eyesight I've ever had in my life, and you can check it out by clicking on the link in the description right here.
If you're drunk, blasted, intoxicated,
ripped,
plastered, destroyed, brah. If you're like this, you shouldn't be driving.
These days, it's important to know people and businesses you can trust. There's a lot of places where you can buy a vehicle, but there's only a few local dealerships where you'll find honest people who have your best interests in mind. And Fiesta Kia is one of them. We've been helping our neighbors save money and drive dependable cars for years, and we'd love to help you. With new...
Yeah, it's the girls who know the sports, JJ. Addie's like, yeah, my friends who are girls, they seem to know what's going on. It's like all these boys. All right. So, this was the other one. It's like, Dad, these East Coast fans are so entitled. I got that text the other day. What's up? They were trying to find, Michigan played at Illinois. They were downstairs in the dorm trying to find the game. I'm like, baby, it's on CBS. Like over the air CBS. And they're sitting in the lounge. Why is the Coastal Carolina game? Who cares about Navy? Nobody cares about any. It's like, Dad, they don't even know anything exists west of the Mississippi.
The undefeated midshipmen.
Yeah.
They get to play Notre Dame this weekend.
That's a hell of a game, by the way. Yeah. They had no idea. None. Yeah, it's crazy. 505-246-0610. Emails jeff@sportsanimalabq.com. What is this? Lobo Football says Kim. This is from Kim. Let's broaden the perspective. What does it take to be successful? Talent, skill, commitment, drive, adaptability, resilience, etc. By these measures, Lobo football is much improved. Not complete or finished, but improved and worthy of support. Folks should check it out for themselves. Thanks. It's from Kim. Kim, appreciate you. Yeah, I think it's worth checking out. Again, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to do with your weekend or your money. But I think that, from my perspective, this is an exciting product. It feels like everything you've been asking for a long time. Not just winning. They're on a little 3-game win streak. But remember when they were winning and they were just running the ball? By the way, explosive runs. But it wasn't good enough for you. All right, so now you got something. Well, but they're not beating Boise State and UNLV. Okay. Maybe maybe they're not beating the right. I don't know. They're beating who's in front of them. Yeah, I think it's. I agree with you, Kim. I think it's everything that they've wanted. Knicks Celtics tonight, followed by Timberwolves Lakers. Can't wait. It says on the text line. It is opening night. On the email device, it says Gopher says Kawhi is finished, right, Jeffy? P.S. As long as you're talking about Bulls, this weekend's kind of a must for Michigan, right? Yeah, probably. Yeah, Michigan may not be bowl. Has a national champion ever not gone to a bowl the next year?
Might be a couple.
Probably, right? Defending national champion not getting bowl eligible. It was crazy to me. How do they not have a quarterback? Like, honestly, that's how hard it is. Though,
did they ever really have one?
I don't know, a guy. I think so. I mean, I think JJ was pretty good. JJ, this is one of the craziest things to me. You can have some places, and certainly it's coaching, right? But you look at Alabama, and they just keep getting a dude, or Oklahoma or Oregon, right? They keep finding a dude in the portal or wherever they find him. And then you have places, whether it's, well, I don't know, San Diego State. When was the last time San Diego State had a good quarterback? You gone through, like, how many quarterbacks at New Mexico?
Ryan Finley.
You hated Ryan Finley. He started a playoff game for the Cardinals, remember?
Did that make him a good Aztec quarterback? I don't know, but he started a playoff game for the Cardinals.
He was a damn good Aztec quarterback. Yeah. But there's programs we can't find. Michigan. I told you that one guy wanted to buy Devin Dampier. Said Portnoy gave him $3 million to go find a quarterback.
Not Robert Portnoy.
No, the Barstool.
Dave Portnoy.
Yeah. No, Robert wants to keep him. Yeah. It's somewhat crazy. All right, so you got good hoops tonight. What do I got? 2 games tonight to open the season. I got the champions Celtics and who they playing, and then the Lakers and Timberwolves. So I'll tell you, it's Celtics and
the
Knicks.
Karl Anthony Towns.
Oh yeah, buddy.
In that rotation.
Nothing exists west of the Hudson River.
Mikal Bridges.
Yeah.
Celtics 5.5-point favorites.
Celtics are how many?
5.5-point favorites at home. Still rolling, even with no Kristaps Porzingis to start the season.
Hey, I got one significant college injury, and you're going to go, who? But this is big. There are 3 big surprises. Maybe you'll tell me more. But 3 huge surprises in college football this year, right? Army, Navy, and Indiana, not necessarily in that order. It probably is Indiana, Navy, and Army, or Indiana and Army, Navy. Indiana's quarterback, Curtis Rourke, has thumb surgery. This is huge because they're undefeated. What are they ranked? I mean, all the way up there, right? Number 13. They're playing Michigan State. Or they're playing Michigan State November 2. He's doubtful for their game against Washington on Sunday. Washington's a weird team too. They go east and they get smoked. They're 7-0. It's historic. He's out indefinitely. This is a big deal for the not just the Big Ten. It's the college football playoff thing. See what they got behind him. It's always interesting, man. When I watch quarterbacks go down in college, sometimes I see a guy come up and it's like, whoa, that guy's unbelievable. Where'd he come from, right? We'll watch this one, but I think that's significant. We'll talk with Jerry Palm about that on Thursday. He of CBSSports.com. Raiders quarterback. JJ, Tom Pelissero of NFL Media is reporting the Raiders will sign Desmond Ridder off of Arizona's practice squad because their head coach said there's still a lot of football left. The season's not over. We're not tanking, not trying to lose games. Hell, we're trying to be the best team we can, and right now we're not a good team. Aiden O'Connell's out for, 6 weeks? Gardner Minshew's their quarterback, and Desmond Ridder, who started last year for Atlanta, went all the way from starter to practice squad in one season. Might be taking snaps for the Raiders pretty soon. Okay.
Just got to try to make something work with Gardner Minshew. You know, it's crazy. He's all over the place. But maybe a little bit of a blessing in disguise is at least this week the head coach can't play musical chairs at quarterback. He has to just say, all right, Gardner, this is your game. Let's go. Let's figure it out.
He might. I mean, honestly, he might.
It's just like, all right, Ridder, you're in now. Like,
yeah.
Okay.
No, Amari Cooper didn't know the plays. He caught a pass. He just ran a slant. Caught a touchdown. What about Jaden Daniels? Commanders coach Dan Quinn said his quarterback is week to week. Aren't we all? Quote, we'll take him through all the steps at practice, assess how he's doing, and keep working through that. We're hopeful he can play, but we'll make sure to take every precautionary step and do it smartly for the player and the man. That was a quote. Jaden Daniels, rookie. League high, 75.6 completion percentage. He's over 1,400 yards, 6 touchdowns, 2 interceptions, and run for 4 touchdowns. This is a rib injury situation on this quarterback. Man, this was a tough week in the NFL for him, wasn't it?
It was. The reminder is football is football.
This was a tough week.
And that for the Commanders,
they get the Bears.
Which can be a tight game. Marcus Mariota.
Who, by the way, looked fine.
That's a perfect situation to look fine.
Oh.
You're destroying the Panthers. Get in there. Get some confidence. He's started plenty of games in the NFL. Now in this offense with dynamic running backs, playmakers on the outside. I still like that matchup for them at least having a chance against the Bears.
Yeah, I thought he looked
it's
fine.
A bummer because they flexed that game into the afternoon slot, and it was supposed to be 1 versus 2. Caleb Williams versus Jaden Daniels. If Daniels can't go, but I still think it's going to be a fun game.
That's in the afternoon window? It is. Bills Seahawks is a hell of a game in the afternoon window, don't you think? And you got Cowboys Niners. Oh, Cowboys Niners is late. Yeah. All right, when we get back, I got more Micah Parsons conversation for you. The Jets edge rusher Hassan Reddick's got some news for you. And when will you see Cooper Kupp return? We'll get all of that for you when you come back. I want to tell you about the Albuquerque Convention Center because we hold events there for the Isleta New Mexico Bowl every year. We're hospitality driven, and they take care of our people. I mean, that's the bottom line. They've got incredible space. If you're looking to host an event, whether it's a gala, a party, a holiday party, a reception, whatever it is, over 600,000 square feet of beautiful, flexible indoor and outdoor meeting space. A terrific menu. They'll create whatever it is you need, food and beverage options, a staff that goes above and beyond, parking structure attached to the facility, easy in, easy out, right in the heart of downtown Albuquerque. Be at the center of it all. There's a reason we host an event. I know you've been to events there, and they're great. You're planning an event, make sure you consider the Albuquerque Convention Center. Holiday parties are booking, but they got a lot of space. Get on it. If you're the one in charge of booking your company holiday party, get a hold of the Convention Center. They will take care of you. Your event will go to the next level. It will be the event that everybody wants to be at. Go check them out online, albuquerquecc.com. albuquerquecc.com, or on the phone, 505-768-4575. That's area code 505-768-4575. It's the Albuquerque Convention Center. Be at the center of it all.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible.
Albuquerque's leader in sports is ProView. From pros to prep, all your favorite action. All your favorite talk shows. Find it on ProView Networks.
Well, I'm going to the frontier, walk up to the cashier, order up a root beer and a number one. Cover it with green stuff, one scoop is not enough. Find a booth is real tough, back by the Duke. Meet my family, meet my friends in the quirkiest restaurant I have ever been. All of Albuquerque's favorite spot, it's the Frontier Restaurant.
The Frontier Restaurant is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.
Don't sacrifice quality and flavor when you're in a hurry. Golden Pride offers ribs, fried chicken, red and green chili breakfast burritos, and Frontier sweet rolls. 4 great locations, or visit us online at goldenprideabq.com. Golden Pride Barbecue Chicken and Ribs are proud supporters of ProView Sports.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
Hi, my name is Ruben, and I'm with the New Mexico Educational Assistance Foundation. We are proud sponsors of high school and college sports. Either college or trade, we can help you find the funding you need. Go to nmfafsa.org. That's nmfafsa.org.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own.
Let's beat the Buccaneers 41-34. Lamar Jackson, 5 touchdown passes. Baker Mayfield combined for 5 when you combine touchdowns and interceptions. 3 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. The one in the end zone hurt, man.
That was a bad throw.
Mm-hmm.
Bad all around.
Kind of that flipped the whole game, I thought, right there. That's where it got away from him. The other one, Cardinals 17-15 over the Chargers. That was in Arizona. Chad Rayland, 32-yard field goal as time expired. Kyler Murray with a 44-yard touchdown run in the fourth quarter. And Cardinals were just good enough to beat the Chargers. All right, Cowboys edge rusher Micah Parsons has never missed a game for injury before this season. He's now missed 2 in a row. Could be 3. Still up in the air is what he said. He hadn't practiced since spraining his ankle in September. That was almost a month ago, September 26th, against the Giants. They're JJ, out of sight, out of mind. So they were on a bye week.
Never
Well,
out
but
of sight.
kind of. And
let's see, Jerry Jones back on the radio today.
What did he say today? I was looking for some of his stuff today. I know he was talking about Derrick Henry and said that Derrick Henry, there's no
way we could sign Derrick Henry.
Well, but he said there's no guarantee that he would have been having this kind of season as if he was here and we couldn't afford him. Is that kind of what I saw him say today?
We ain't that good. Derrick Henry would have been bad.
They must win. Must win right now. And I know it's not. Look, there's 10 games left. Right now, your division winners are the Lions, the Commanders, the Falcons, and the Seahawks. Your wild card teams are the Vikings, the Eagles, and the Buccaneers. No, that's not right. The Packers. The Vikings, the Packers, and the Eagles. Must win for the Cowboys this weekend against a beat up, depleted Niner team. They're both in.
Well, they're both depleted.
Yeah.
The Cowboys are without their 2 best pass rushers.
The Niners are without everybody.
What have you seen the spread on that game yet?
I want to say it was Niners by 3, if I'm not mistaken. I'll find it for you. Have you already seen it?
Niners 4.5-point favorites. So this, to me, this is the way I felt about this game. This wasn't some like, oh, the Cowboys going to go get the 49ers. By the way, and we still watched the 49ers play a really tight game with Kansas City despite all that.
Mm-hmm.
Like Jordan Mason is still top 3 or 4 in the league in rushing right now.
Mm-hmm.
Like long as Trent Williams doesn't punch anyone early in that game.
Juwan Jennings comes back. They've got Ricky Pearsall, who they'll start to develop now. He was their number 1 pick, who's an amazing story to me. Just an amazing story. Dude got shot, is back in the lineup 5
Got
weeks
your boy
later.
from UTEP via Arizona.
Jacob Cowling, I mean, big catch the other day. A big catch for him the other day.
But yes, this is a game that if you're Dallas, you need to jump on the 49ers in their house with the injuries they have on the offense to keep pushing towards a wild card spot.
Bourne says Redskins. I think he won't say Commanders. Shouldn't be too concerned, Jeff. Marcus Mediocre looked nice. He looked nice.
It's against the Panthers.
Yeah, I don't know that he looks nice against the Bears.
I don't think the Panthers knew when kickoff was.
Yeah, right. Oklahoma doesn't have a quarterback, Jeffers. Sooners are pulling red shirts off of guys trying to find someone that doesn't suck. That's from Bourne. It's also correct. Look, man.
They usually have a pretty good track record.
How did they get so bad so quick? No, honestly, like you look around, and I get it, the swings and people leave and people, but I mean, there's just places, Michigan's the same way, and Michigan seems to be all about quarterback to me, right?
Right, it's the whole, like, what the point Jeff was making at quarterback. When you go from, you have Baker Mayfield, Kyler Murray, Caleb Williams, didn't Dylan Gabriel make a pit stop there?
Yeah, he did.
Going to Oregon?
He did. Yeah. I guess they're 4-3. But man, South Carolina just ran them out of their own build. So I don't know that this has ever happened. I'd love some Oklahoma historian to go back. Cumulatively in the last 2 weeks, Oklahoma has been outscored 69-12. That's insane. Texas beat them 34-3 in the Red River rivalry, and then South Carolina came in and smacked them in their own place, 35-9. Now they got to go to Ole Miss.
It was like 21-0 4 minutes into the game.
I mean, they beat Temple, Houston, and Tulane's all right. They beat Temple, Houston, Tulane, and Auburn. They lost to Texas, Tennessee, and South Carolina. Do they have 2 more wins on the schedule? They beat Maine. Okay, I'll give you Maine. You see another win with Ole Miss, Missouri, and Alabama?
Not with what's happening offensively for the Sooners.
They're changing quarterbacks again this weekend. They're going to Jackson Arnold.
Back
sophomore.
to Jackson.
Yeah, back. I mean, damn. All right then. Yeah. Sometimes you just sit around, you look at it, yeah. All right, what did Jerry have to say today? Anything good? I mean, I saw some headlines. I've been trying to find it, where basically, reiterated that they couldn't afford Derrick Henry, and he wouldn't have made that big of a, like, Derrick Henry, who has an offseason home in Dallas or in that area. Derrick Henry is so fortunate that the Cowboys didn't make him a realistic offer, because I firmly believe that if they did, he would have signed there, and he wouldn't be in nearly the great situation to win a ring that he is right now. Like, sometimes the best things that happen are the things that don't happen. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But don't you think if they were aggressive, the fact that he's got a home there, the fact that the preseason, we're going to sign.
Talked about he said, he would have been interested in that offer. And Derrick Henry would have been fine, but we wouldn't be talking. I don't think we'd be talking about Derrick Henry 2,000-yard rushing fine.
Oh. Look, he could still do what he does. Like, he could still get away. But let's be very clear. A big part of what's opening up running lanes for Derrick Henry, and I'm not telling you that he couldn't do it in another offense, but this offense is so good for him because the threat that Lamar is going to keep it and go. And
I don't know how much RPO they're actually running.
Well, but just the threat that you've got to keep an eye on Lamar.
Because when they're I formation and hands it off and he goes 80 yards.
Wow. And look, when he finds a seam, that 30-year-old dude, and all those comparisons to Eric Dickerson, the way he runs, are so right.
There's, like, Derrick Henry, he's been good for so long. It's one of those guys you just get accustomed to, but he's definitely high on my list of just people shouldn't function this way.
Meaning?
Like for a human being to be that big and that fast and that successful over that period of time in the NFL, like, just certain athletes, it's like, yes, that's just different, and there's just no one like this dude.
Yeah, he's just different, and he's just getting better. And not better. How about he's sustained how good he's been? I don't know if he's getting better.
Like Tennessee was like, I don't know, man.
We'll be fine without
to the
him.
end.
Yeah, we'll get Tony Pollard and
Tajay Spears. Tony Pollard seems pretty good, and it's like cool.
Who's their quarterback, by the way? Mason Rudolph. Have they decided who they're going with this week?
Well, I know the Will Levis had the AC joint injury.
Was that right?
Yeah, that's why he wasn't playing.
Well, when you're doing the splits on mayo jars,
Has anyone told Will Levis to treat the football like a jar of mayonnaise?
Ooh.
I don't know if they've tried that yet.
That's actually protect it.
Protect it like you do your mayonnaise.
That's actually really good.
Because he is playing like it's butter.
How the hell did that dude get a mayonnaise commercial?
Because he played in a Duke Mayo's Bowl.
Yeah, but it's for best foods.
I know, but he became associated with mayonnaise, and they jumped all over it.
And he's in the same market as the Duke. No, he's not. Duke Mayo's Bowl is in Charlotte, and he's in
because he's the guy that doesn't he put mayo in his coffee? Was that his thing?
Is that how that went down?
And
so a below marginal quarterback in the NFL has got this national campaign and it's actually a pretty good spot. It is.
Mayonnaise was taking some hits lately, so it needed to get back out there. Be like, we are worthy of being on your sandwiches.
Yeah. You a mayo guy? You like mayo?
Not at all.
Never?
Nope.
Audrey's not either.
Don't do it.
Just texture, taste, what?
All the above.
You don't put it in your coffee? I don't mind it. I just I became way more mustard guy over the years. I used to be all mayo.
Whatever
guy.
Dion's puts on their sandwiches.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll do that.
Yeah.
Mix.
No, that's
mayo
true.
or mustard, whatever. That's legit. But.
Well, if it comes on it, and sometimes you're like, oh, okay, that actually is pretty good. And so many of your sauces are mayo-based. Your special sauces are mayo-based. Oh.
If it's there's the thing. If it's hidden,
you don't want to know about it. All right, does it have to be Duke's Mayo, or can it be Best Foods, or Miracle Whip, or Miracle Whip's different. It's not really mayo. It's Miracle Whip. You know that, right? I don't know what the hell it is, but yeah. Wrap it up when we get back. Everything you got to know as you go through what day is today? Tuesday, opening day in the National Basketball Association. Hey, you see IPS everywhere you go, right? I know you see them in your neighborhood. I'm certain you see them when you go to the store. International Protective Service officers are protecting businesses and homes. They protect my home. They have for years. They patrol literally, I see them on the security cameras every day. Often I see Officer Crespin just come by. When I go out of town, they do exterior checks. They pick up newspapers and mail and packages and roll the garbage cans to the curb and back, like everything you need. They keep the bad guys away. Property crime's real, so is the officer shortage. IPS has officers strategically placed around Albuquerque and Santa Fe, and when an alarm goes off that they are monitoring, they respond within 7 minutes or less. They keep the bad guys away. They catch criminals. They install alarms, security camera systems. They've got state-of-the-art facility that monitors those cameras 24/7. It raises the level of security around your home and your business. A quick response to your alarm, standing guards at your business. It's what IPS does. You'll sleep better at night. Give them a call, 505-897-2420. 505-897-2420. They are online at ipsglobal.com. Passionate about making Albuquerque and Santa Fe better and safer places to live and work.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
I'm a Blaze King customer, and I have been for the last 10 years. Blaze King stoves are very efficient, they're easy to maintain, and they use a lot less wood than you would typically use with a fireplace.
Blaze King, that's a fire.
The heat is on when it's a Blaze King wood stove, controlling heat up to 40 hours on a single load of wood with a built-in thermostat. See for yourself at either Blaze King showroom, Albuquerque and Santa Fe. Blaze King, and now that's a fire.
From the Sandia foothills to the banks of the Rio Grande, generations of families remain. For 5 generations, Gallus Chevrolet has handed down values written in stone, leading the way under sun-filled skies, past the vintage glow of Route 66. Built by generations past, built for generations to come. This is New Mexico. This is Gallus.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. For over 20 years, Evergard Roofing and Solar has been committed to customer service. Locally owned and operated, Evergard offers both commercial and residential roofing and solar services. For more info, please call 505-821-9543. Evergard Roofing and Solar are proud supporters of ProView Sports Network and New Mexico Youth Athletics.
Hi, my name is Daniel Chavez, and this is my business partner, David Chavez. We are the owners of Indeed Safety. Indeed Safety is a local safety consulting company helping our clients with their safety needs for their projects.
One of the things we pride ourselves as a construction safety company is helping our men and women in construction get home safe every day to their families. Indeed Safety is a proud supporter of ProView Network.
ProView Networks would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Hans Whitler Automotive, German car maintenance and repair in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Call 505-294-7684 or visit HansWhitlerAuto.com.
Got shots? Got shots? Got shots?
During Got Shots, participating providers open their doors for any child who presents for immunizations, regardless of whether they are a patient or whether they have insurance.
What do you got to know as you go through your Tuesday? It's opening night in the NBA. Does that matter to you? Lakers and Timberwolves are the late game after the Knicks and the Celtics. And LeBron and Bronny will most likely make history tonight, becoming the first father and son tandem to play in an NBA game on the same team. Ken Griffey Jr. and Sr. have made their way to Los Angeles. They will be there. Of course, they did it in the big leagues. They did it with the Mariners. Was it 91? Did you fact check me on that? I'm sorry if you didn't. I think it was 91. That happens tonight. I'm quite certain it will. Meanwhile, last night, Ravens beat the Buccaneers 41-34 on Monday Night Football here on the Sports Animal. Lamar Jackson threw for 281 yards and 5 touchdowns. Derrick Henry ran for 169 yards. Big news for the Buccaneers. Both of their top receivers left the game. Mike Evans with a hamstring. That looks like a multiple week thing. Chris Godwin with what was carted off, which looks like a season ender. And just a huge gut punch for the Buccaneers. Cardinals beat the Chargers in the later game, 17-15 on a last-second field goal. Kyler Murray ran for a touchdown in the fourth quarter, 44 yards, I believe it was. Justin Herbert threw for 349 yards in the loss. Hey, JJ, I want to talk about Todd Bowles after the game. Not Todd Bowles. The coach of the Buccaneers, Todd Bowles. Yeah. Had to sit there and answer questions. And I was watching the press conference afterwards, and there was one dude that was just on it. Like, why was he in the game? Well, because we're trying to win the game, and if we score there and get another onside kick and we win the game, and he wanted to be in the game. Well, why wouldn't you think about saving him and holding him? And he's like, it's easy to sit there and say that now that he got hurt. We play football. How did you? I don't know if you saw that. How do you feel about the line of questioning? And that one dude was super persistent on Todd Bowles. Like, why the hell was that dude in the game? And it is. It's really easy to question at the end of the game. First of all, you only got 54 dudes on the roster. Mike Evans was out. Dude wants to play football, and we think we got a chance to win a game.
Yeah, because someone's going to have to play some positions that are a starter. Oh. And even late in the game when you're down, it comes back to you're playing football. And when you get hurt, that's what it's going to be. It's going to be easy. And I heard it all morning long, too. How could they have Chris Godwin out there?
Baker was out there.
Did Lamar Jackson and Derrick Henry take snaps in the game?
Yeah, they were out there at the end of the game.
Why weren't they holding them at 41-18?
Right.
Like, it sucks that it happened. That's not a situation where, you're playing necessarily like 2 quarters. Like you could ask the same question for the Ravens then.
Of course, but they didn't get hurt.
Yeah, they didn't get hurt, but you're like, why is Lamar and Derrick Henry still in the game? You're up
100%.
all this. It's just, it sucks that it happened. It's a game of football. You're trying to finish out the game, and you lose one of the best receivers in the NFL.
Bull said, I do protect, because he was asked, did you think about, keeping him out and protecting him? And he says, I do protect my players all the time. This has nothing to do with why we left him in the ball game. We still had a shot to score some points and win this ball game. It happens. It happens in football. We talked about on the sideline thinking if we get a quick touchdown, obviously already got an onside kick during the game, get a quick touchdown, an onside kick, have a possibility for a Hail Mary. We got a group of fighters. We all wanted a chance to try and win that thing anyway, some way, somehow. I just, it bothered me, and I tell you often, well, I tell you periodically. Sometimes I'm embarrassed by the way questions are asked. And I got a dude out here. It's so easy afterwards. Why was he out there? Because he's a football player who's playing football. And if he catches a pass and goes the other way, and then if the chance was 1%, I got it. You're telling me there's a chance. But a dude who's persistent, he's got his point, man. And I promise you that dude went on whatever his platform is and pounded Todd Bowles for having his players on the field. Because it would have been cool if that dude got hurt, but not that dude. We're playing football till the end, man. It sucks. And it was a 10-point game with a minute to go. I mean, it's pretty remote. You're probably not going to win. But you're telling me there's a chance.
I think after a couple passes at the end, that's where I'd start going, all right, Baker doesn't need to keep launching these downfield.
By the way, Baker was in the game.
If guys are going up, Baker doesn't need to be running downfield at the end. That's a situation where after you've made the push, got the football back, we start talking about it. But the last few minutes in the game, you're still trying to play. Like people weren't screaming that Lamar Jackson was still taking snaps.
Because he didn't get hurt.
Yeah.
No, I'm with you. I felt bad for Todd Bowles sitting up there, and it's part of the deal. That's why you get paid millions of dollars, and you got to listen to this crap. And I get it, but guys get hurt, man. Guys get hurt on the first play of a game. Guys get hurt on the last play of the game. Why was Mike Evans playing? Well, I mean, dude wanted to play football. You know why? Because he's a football player, and if he doesn't, you guys are going to question, well, why is he out? Best ability is availability, right? Dude was playing football. I was just uncomfortable listening to it, watching it. It was one of those things. All right, what else you got? Baseball's not till Friday. We got a lot of hockey tonight. I get CUS action tonight. You flip over and watch that stuff on Tuesday night? Because I do.
It is in the rotation.
Yeah.
It pops up on the multi-view. We're watching NBA tonight. Going to watch some NHL.
Sam Houston's a 4.5-point favorite on the road at FIU. UTEP is a 6.5-point dog on the road at Louisiana Tech. UTEP, winner of 1 in a row. There's only 2 teams without a win left. UTEP was one of them, one of 3, and then they won last week. So you get that. Couple of Conference USA games tonight if you would like to go out and watch that. Watching the injury news as well as you go through it. Oh, I never got into the Texas-Georgia thing, and I know we're at the end. What did you think when they reversed that call in the Texas-Georgia game? They made a bad call, but it was a pass interference call. It's not reviewable. Fans started throwing bottles on the field. It felt like the referees looked at the video board and changed the call.
Bad move by the refs in that situation.
They got it right, though.
You can't do that.
I know you can't do it.
It doesn't matter. You can say that a lot of those 50-50 calls, you make it, you got to stick with it.
Jim Rome Show is next. Herd with Colin Cowards after that. 2 Men On is here at 4. We're back with award-winning radio tomorrow morning starting at 7 a.m. Adrian, I know you fought the battle today. Thanks for getting the show back up on the air. Big day for you.
Huge day.
Enjoy it. Hey, be good to each other, please. Be kind, loving, caring, and sharing. We'll smell you tomorrow.
We would like to thank the following sponsors for making this broadcast possible. International Protective Services is a proud supporter of ProView Sports and New Mexico Youth Athletics. IPS provides residential and commercial security services in the Albuquerque metro area. For more info, please call 505-897-2420 or visit internationalprotectiveservice.com.
You followed him from the first day he signed with the team. You remember the day he poured in 63 points? The night he played a sold-out concert to 30,000 people. The day he gave his infamous speech. That's why you believe in heroes. That's why you remember and collect their memorabilia. All in Autographs, where you can meet some of the greats, collect some of the greats, and share your own legacy. Visit All In Autographs, where you can celebrate the great and have your own piece of history.
I'm David C. Chavez, personal injury attorney. For over 4 decades, our law firm has remained steadfast in our commitment to serving the remarkable people of New Mexico that have been injured through no fault of their own. I'm a New Mexican fighting for New Mexicans. I received my bachelor's degree at NMSU and earned my law degree at UNM. I can proudly say I'm both an Aggie and a Lobo. Call now and I will meet with you. 40 years strong, and we're still as local as red and green.
Rudy's is a proud supporter of ProView Networks.